Hey guys, what's going on? This is John Lee Hilliard from JT's Vending. Thank you guys for rocking with us today. You know what time it is. It is time for our daily devotional. So today is October 2nd, and the title of, well, first of all, I want to say, please guys, before I get started, I'm trying to remind myself to ask people to like, share, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel so we can grow and we can get more people to watch our videos to understand what we're trying to do and what we're trying to teach those who don't know about finances or budgeting or the biblical principles behind finances. So that's what we try to do here on this YouTube channel. We try to show parents, like, hey, teach your kids about money, because nobody will teach them correctly. If you don't know about money enough to teach them, find somebody local like JT's Vending or JT's Acer program. Contact us and we can show you how we walk children through learning about finances the same way we teach our kids and with the same tools. So with that being said, guys, if you know somebody here in like Memphis, Bartlett, Arlington, Collierville, Cordova area that wants to that has a son or daughter between the ages, like, we'll do 10 and up, between 10 and 17. We would like for you guys to reach out, email us, see if we can meet so we can go over our program and show you guys how we teach kids. So if you don't know, find somebody who does. And if you do know, please teach your kids about money. Don't let them grow up and figure it out on their own and they end up like crazy broke. And you have to provide for them in adulthood. So with that being said, guys, let's jump into this daily devotional. Today is October 2nd. Our daily devotional is entitled, Just As You Are. Moses said to the Lord, Pardon your servant, Lord. I have never been eloquent, neither in the past nor since you have spoken to your servant. I am slow of speech and tongue. Exodus chapter 4, verse 10. We live in a dog-eat-dog world. Many of us question our abilities and are fearful about testing our wings and attempting all that God has called us to do. If you ever struggle with healthy self-confidence, note that one of the greatest leaders in all of history, Moses, had the same hang-up. When God called him to lead the children of Israel out of Egyptian bondage, Moses was full of excuses. They won't listen to me. I stutter. Send my brother. Well, before I start on that, I want to say, I'm in my 30s, I've been like super into like history and World War II stuff. And blending that with like the Bible and me like thinking, like, I'm thinking now that when I was reading the Bible that the Pharaoh was the actual first Adolf Hitler. Pharaoh enslaved the Jewish people and essentially got the Egyptians to turn on the Jewish people. So in my mind, my brain, like, he was the first one that try to mass kill Jews and put them into bondage and stuff like that. So in my brain, like, that was the first Hitler. That's just a little side note. The Pharaoh was the first Hitler in Exodus. God was patient and didn't demand change from Moses. When Moses trusted God and stepped out on faith to confront the Pharaoh and help forge a free nation, he took to heart God's promise. I will help you speak and will teach you what to say. You can go back to Exodus chapter 4, verse 12. if you want to read that. Yes, we should continuously improve ourselves. It's good to strive for excellence in our lives, but we shouldn't forget that God often gives us things to accomplish that are beyond our current abilities. Be assured that God can use you just as you are. I know, dear God, that I can accomplish whatever you ask me to do because you are with me each and every step of the way. May God add a blessing to the hearers and the doers of his word. I feel, and this is just, me just trying to find my way in life and me asking Christ to just guide me and give me strength. But I truly feel that my path has been one on the path of like teaching biblical principles about finances. I am extremely passionate about it. My family lives it, and we do the best that we can. And I want to teach other young men and women, like, hey, you can do it if you put your mind to it. You can get your finances in order, because one thing I'm learning, one of the main things I'm learning in this financial process is that most people issues come from finances, come from budgeting, come from money issues. If you can solve that, you solve most of your problems. Not all, but most. Because growing up, we had little to eat. We had, but we had food to eat. We wanted the things. But if you imagine starting off at 18 years old with a budget and $100,000 or $75,000 given to you from your parents because they've been saving it for you, because they know how important budgeting and finances were. Imagine where you would be. What kind of career would you be in? What steps would you have made differently if you would have had enough resources, or you were a good steward of your resources, or your parents were good stewards of the resources that God had blessed you with. So just keep that in mind, guys. A wise person thinks ahead. It tells you that in Proverbs, knowing that my children will need money no matter which way the world goes, or as of now, they will need money. Right now, I need money to pay bills, to spend time with my family, to keep them comfortable, keep them fed. So that's a real important aspect in our lives. But the most important is my faith. Putting Christ first, then my finances, as well as like being a good steward of what he blessed me with. So anyway, you guys have a blessed day. Thank you so much. I got my Merry Christmas pajamas on, Grinch. So you guys have a blessed night. Christmas is all around the corner. I told you guys, 2024 is already come and gone. It's 2025. So you guys have a blessed night. Be safe. Au revoir. A bientôt. A la prochaine.
In high school, I had a negative experience with debt, with credit cards. When I moved out of my mom's house, that's when all of that came to light. Paying off those 2 credit cards that I had no control over at the time, it really frustrated me. I decided to join the military to just give me some stability until I decided to do what I wanted to do next. Home church that I found in El Paso offers FPU. I learned more about financial literacy when I started FPU. My coordinator, Mr. Carlos, and his wife, Mr. Carlos, is with us today. They were spiritual mentors. They were financial accountability partners to me.
Thank you, God, for setting a mentor like Mr. Carlos right on a 20-year-old young dude in the Army. Completely changed the trajectory of your life, didn't they?
Most definitely.
What was the big challenge for you to begin to adjust your lifestyle after you learned all this?
Making sure that I stayed focused, young people around me, and even older people around me. We're talking sergeants that are stunting, so to speak, like they have everything together, and me sitting over here eating on beans and rice.
How's it feel to be free, man?
I was purposeful before, but it's even more empowering, and it feels like I'm creating a legacy and breaking generational curses like never before.
All right, Quincy from St. Louis, $55,000 paid off in 36 months, making 24 to 85. Count it down. Let's hear a debt-free scream.
3, 2, 1. I'm debt-free!
Yeah!